So today I am going to divulge 10 of my deepest, darkest secrets with you. Let me know if any of these resonate with you. I'm going to crack straight on. I have got a list because if I don't write things down, things just evaporate out of my mind. So the first one is wrapping presents. How many presents have I wrapped in the previous decades? I don't know, but I still fail to do a really nice wrapped present. If I can get away with putting something in a gift bag, then I do. But if you're giving something to children, that's not always possible, is it? Because they like a nicely, properly wrapped, they like a wrapped present. I kind of get away with it, I think, with children because do they really look at what the paper looks like and how long is that paper on the present, quite honestly, once you've given it them. But if you've spent a bit of money on a present and you want to give it to an adult, you want that present to look nice. But so far, I have not been able to master the skills of a proper nice present. And as we know, we've got Christmas just round the corner. I've also got some birthdays coming up. So again, I will be trying my hardest at gift wrapping. Number 2, decision making. I am absolutely terrible at making decisions. Yesterday, I had an email from a job that I'd applied for to say that I'd got a job interview. And I don't even know whether I want to go for the interview. I'm like, oh my God, what have I done? So do you know what? I don't think I'm going to go for it. But the slightest thing sometimes for me can be the hardest decisions to make. Sometimes it's the easy things, sometimes it's the harder things, and sometimes I've got no problem with making a decision. If you ask me if I want sausages for tea, then the answer is no. But ask me what I want for tea, I don't know. I just want something nice, to be perfectly honest. So yeah, decision making is not one of my fortes. Number 3, asking for help. Now this is not the run-of-the-mill type of help, asking someone to pass you something or help you lift something. I'm talking about proper help when you really could do with talking to someone. I just find it very awkward. I find that I'm giving away a piece of myself to someone that I don't like. I don't like to be that open about myself. And it's not always the sensible thing to do, I think. Sometimes you really do need to open up and have a proper conversation and ask someone for help. But so far, I can't say I'm very good at it. So number 4, no sense of direction. And I really don't have any. If I'm going somewhere new where I've never been before, especially if I'm like walking down a street, and if I turn around and walk back up that street, and as I'm walking up, everything to me just looks totally different when you go the other way around. So if we go somewhere new, that's me and my husband, or we go to somewhere like a big shopping centre, and sometimes, he wants to go one way, I want to go another, I can kind of get a little bit anxious with that. So I have to kind of figure out where I am, have a meeting point, make sure I've got my mobile. Then I feel a little bit easier. But yeah, I just don't seem to have a sense of direction at all. And I don't think that's ever going to change, quite honestly. Number 5, putting petrol in the car. I don't know where this comes from, to be perfectly honest, but there's just something about putting petrol in the car that I really don't like doing. So I always get David to do it. And if he didn't do it, I really don't know what I would do. I think I would have some sort of a meltdown. So I stay away from putting petrol in the car. But genuinely, with this car, I can't refasten the petrol cap. So that's my excuse. And I am sticking to that one. So the next one, number 6, is driving down the motorway. I've been driving for 16 years and I have never ever driven down the motorway, and I hope I never ever have to. And I think this goes back to the having no sense of direction problem. Even if I'd got Google Maps or a sat nav on, I still wouldn't trust myself to get from A to B properly. I'd probably still get off at the wrong junction. I would end up in a different country. I would run out of petrol. I'd be in tears. I'd be mortified, and it just seems like it's just better not to do it. So I hope I never have to do it, quite honestly. So the next one, number 7, doing my makeup. I always wear makeup every day. I always like to put a little bit of eyeliner, mascara, bit of blusher on, and that's about the end of my talent. I can put a bit of eyeshadow on and a bit of lipstick, but it's just kind of like blend it in with my finger sort of thing. So I'm always quite in awe of these young women that you see on social media when they're doing their makeup and they're doing all the contouring, and they know what all these different products are and how to use them, and then they'll start doing their eyeliner and the mascara and their eyeshadow, and they just look absolutely fantastic. But it's never been a skill I've personally managed to get right. And now that I'm well into my 50s, I don't particularly want, I think, all my face made up with makeup. But it's just that one occasion, you know, if you go somewhere really nice, I'd really like to be able to do my makeup properly. But what are you like? Are you someone that when you need to, you can do your makeup? Or do you prefer a kind of au naturel kind of look? Let me know. The next one is cooking and baking. I absolutely never bake at all. And it's once in a blue moon I might do some cooking. I've always had a job where it's taken me out of the home till tea time, and David's always had jobs where he's been at home a lot earlier than me. So we've got into that pattern where he does the cooking and I will wash the pots. I also think it goes back to the decision making, this one, because if I had to decide what to cook for tea, we would have beans on toast. So it's probably better really that David does do the cooking, quite honestly. So number 9 is using the TV remotes. So the telly in the living room, we've got 4 remotes for it. We've got the normal TV remote. We've got a soundbar on there, so it's got a soundbar TV remote thing. It's got a remote for Amazon Fire Stick, and we've also got one that does the preview. So it's okay if you want to just use the normal telly, but it's when you need to either record something or you want to switch to the Fire Stick. Seriously, 4 remotes for one telly to me is just illogical. And for some reason, every now and again, the telly does have a blip, and even David struggles and he has to reset the telly. So I just think it's better off if I just keep away from the TV remotes. So my last and final one, and this is something that I'm actually doing right now, which is social media. I just don't seem to be able to get social media right. There's lots of things that I keep trying and I fail, and I try and I fail. But do you know what? I just like social media. I like that creative part of it, figuring this out, figuring that out. So I don't think I'll be stopping. But what are you like with social media? Are you a whiz? Do you know what you're doing? Do you know how to grow? Like for me, no, I'm still struggling, but I'm going to carry on. So there, 10 of my darkest secrets that I've decided to share. What about you? Are you going to share some of your dark secrets? Is there one thing that you have tried and failed many, many times, a very simple thing, and you still can't do it? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. If you've enjoyed this little video, then please consider giving it a like, a thumbs up, And if you would consider subscribing to my little channel, that would be absolutely amazing. But for now, I'm going to leave you in peace, and I'm going to say bye-bye, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.